Hello. Yes, we welcome you back to PSSB, Physical Sciences Silver Bullet with me, Richard here. Yeah, today we're looking at this question. It says that consider the circuits A, B, C, consisting of similar batteries, bulbs, and ammeters. Here they say all switches are closed. Okay, these are the circuits we are having. Yeah, which is A, B, and C. And here they say identify the type of connection of bulbs in the circuit above. Write series or parallel. And they give a reason for your answer. Okay. Yes. What kind of arrangement do we have here? Okay, the arrangement is series. Okay. Yeah, then what is the reason for choosing series? Okay, the reason is that in all these circuits, there is only one path for the current. Okay, if you look at this as our cells, which make up the battery, electric current is going to flow like this in one path. It doesn't have any other alternative path. So when you have a situation like this, that arrangement is called series. Yeah, then we come to this one. It says that compare the brightness of the bulbs in the circuit A, B, and C, and explain your answer. Okay, let us analyze each of the circuits. In A, what do we see? We have only one bulb. In B, we have two bulbs which are in series. In C, we have three bulbs which are in series. Okay. So how do we expect the brightness to be? Okay, we are going to realize that it is bulb, this one, the bulb in circuit A is the brightest, followed by the bulbs in B. The bulb in C will be the dimmest. Yes, that is it. So what is the reason for this observation? The reason is that the more the bulbs in series, the higher is the resistance. And the higher is the resistance, the lower is the electric current. Yeah. That is that. Yeah, then we come to this one. It says that compare the ammeter reading of circuits A, B, and C, and explain your answer. Okay. Yes, how will the ammeter reading be in this case? We are going to realize that the ammeter reading A registers the highest current, followed by B. The least or the smallest reading will be with C. Yeah, so that is it. So what is the reason? The reason is that the more the bulbs in series, the higher is the resistance. and the higher is the resistance, the less is the current. Yeah, that is it. The more the bulbs in series, the higher is the resistance. And the higher is the resistance, the less is the current. We must not forget that the ammeter reads the current. Yeah, then we come to this question. It says that compare the brightness of bulbs P, Q, and R in circuit C and explain your answer. Okay, now we are looking at circuit C only. And we have bulbs P, Q, and R. And how do they appear in terms of brightness? The answer is that they'll have the same brightness. Yeah, so that is it. And what's the reason for these bulbs having the same brightness? The answer is that bulbs P, Q, and R are in the same path of current, so experience the same current, and so have the same brightness. Yeah, and that is that. Yeah, then we come to this one. It says that in the circuit B, this is it, the number of cells was increased from 3 to 5. They say state what happens to, okay, right, increase, decrease, or remain the same. Okay, what happens to what? To the brightness of the bulbs X and Y. Okay, I have to know that X and Y have the same brightness. But when you increase this number of cells, here you have 1, 2, 3 cells. So if you increase them to 5, what will happen to the brightness of X and Y? The answer is, it will increase. Yeah, then we come to this one, ammeter reading. What will happen to ammeter reading when you increase the number of cells? The answer is, it will increase. Yeah, then we come to this question. It says that explain your answer in C, Roman number 1 and Roman number 2. Okay, what did we see in C? We saw that when the number of cells was increased from 3 to 5, the brightness of the bulbs increased, and the ammeter reading also increased. So what is the explanation for that? The explanation is that increasing the number of cells increases the potential energy in the circuit. This will increase the current and so increases the brightness of the bulbs. Yeah, that is that. Increasing the number of cells increases the potential energy in the circuit. This increases the current and so increases the brightness of the bulbs. We have to take note that the bulb brightness or the brightness of the bulb is indicative of the current flowing. The higher the current, the brighter will the bulbs be. Yeah, then we come to this one. It says that the switch S, okay, yes, this is our switch S, was opened. State what happens to bulbs P, Q, and R, and explain your answer. Okay, when you switch off or you open switch S, what will happen to the bulbs P, Q, and R? The answer is that they'll go off. Yeah. So why do they go off? What's the reason for bulbs P, Q, and R are getting off? Okay, the reason is that when you open the switch, all the three bulbs will be in incomplete circuit. So no current will be flowing. Yeah, that is that. The circuit will be incomplete, so no current will be flowing. And with that, I would like to thank you for your time. We urge you to subscribe, to comment, to like, to share.